Hello folks, what do we have for you today on the Nerdist Colony? Well, I thought we'd try something different outside of our comfort zone. So I plopped my Warlock into the beta realm again. This time though, I wanted to test Demonology. So I went through the pre-expansion scenario for the 50th time and decided to record this for you guys so you can see what you can expect. As per the other classes, you arrive in Dalaran after the phase shift of the Broken Isles. You're greeted by Ritson Flamecowl. Yeah, I didn't invent these names. Seriously, that's what they're called. Who again allows you to use his dirty wardrobe. Okay, it's a summoning portal, but you know, it looks like a dirty wardrobe. It allows you to teleport to the sewers. Once you're there, you're greeted by the Council of the Black Harvest. Now, this feels very familiar if you have seen the other Warlock videos. It teleports you to the planet in the Nether, where a short scenario will force you to escape. Let's just skip past this into the next part, because it's the next part of the quest that we really want to see. Upon returning back to Dalaran, you have to find some artifact items for Calidus. Fairly straightforward as a quest line goes, but, you know, you have to find them anyway. This will allow you to communicate into the Nether, so you can speak to your artifact weapon, which is called the Skull of Malari. The skull, which is the offhand, also comes along with the main hand, which is the Spine of Thalkeel. I'm not a big fan of these scenarios, you know, to get these artifact weapons, but, you know, I suppose they serve a purpose. Once you've handed your quest into Calidus, you'll summon a portal to Felsoul Hold. Now, presuming that you've already done these quest lines on other characters, you'll figure out that quite quickly that Felsoul Hold is also an area of the Demon Hunter's artifact quest lines. Thankfully, a lot of this content can be skipped by, so just, you know, please be aware that you don't have to fight everything, because it would really make the instance overlong. However, I was quite disappointed to see that there were some invisible walls. It was, yeah, a bit of a shock to be able to head towards the last boss and then suddenly be blocked by an invisible wall there, which, you know, I don't like to see invisible walls inside of, you know, a polished product like World of Warcraft. After killing one or two demons, your skull will be absconded by Mephistroth, which isn't easy to say. You have no idea how many times it took me to record that name. However, after that, you're quickly sent to another part of the map where you have to survive a gauntlet. Now, I have to say this was kind of tricky. I don't feel like I've got the actual rotation of the spells correct yet on the Demonology Warlock, and it doesn't hit for that hard, so, you know, be prepared for a very long battle. However, something I didn't realise, when you face the final two bosses on this gauntlet, you can actually possess one. And basically obviously take control, which helps a lot. Bear in mind that if you haven't done it already, please spec into some kind of spell interrupt. It took me 3 or 4 frustrating heals and 2 or 3 wipes to figure out that the Felguard actually had an axe throw which stunned the target for 4 seconds, which helps a lot. So what we left with? Well, basically you head towards the last boss. As I previously mentioned, you can't really circumvent it because obviously the invisible walls. So my advice would be just to go head on and try to kill as least bats as possible. Once you have the final showdown with Mephistroth, be prepared for a 5-minute battle or so. I mean, my Warlock was sat on 730 item level, but it, you know, again, it was all spec'd. Well, it's pretty much spec'd for like destruction. So, you know, probably wrong stats to be going into these fights with. Hey, but I figure that I'm going to be replacing this gear soon enough anyway, so. So, what changes do we have in the old Demonology spec? Well, one of the main changes is we've got Called Dreadstalkers, which summons 2 ferocious Dreadstalkers to attack a target for 12 seconds. However, may I just add the fact that they look like fell hunters with little imps sat on the back. Not the greatest spell in the world, because it takes a couple of seconds to cast. Well, I think it's 1.75 seconds to cast, but still, it's something you got to manage. But as a Demonology Warlock, you expect to manage demons. I'm sure somebody a lot smarter than me has already crunched the numbers. I just don't know if it's going to be worthwhile, though. We also have Soul Link, which is a passive ability, which basically allows 20% of the damage that we take to be transferred to the pet. Next up, we have Demonic Empowerment, which essentially gives 50% health and 50% haste to all your active pets for 12 seconds. As I'm still early in the beta, I don't know if it's going to be actually any use to me, but, you know, obviously any buff is a good buff. Also joining the stable of new spells, we have Demon Wrath, which is a spell that causes all your active demons to crackle with demonic energy. It honestly sounds a lot cooler than it is. It's a channel spell over 3 seconds, causing AoE damage from all your active pets and demons. Which means if you have a load of imps out and also your Dreadstalkers and your normal pets, it does like, well, I'll just say average damage. It's not great damage, but it's okay damage. It just makes you wonder, will it be of any use? There's a few base changes there to things like Hand of Gul'dan and obviously Summon Felguard and Doom. Uh, okay, summing up, I never really got away with Demonology. There's some nice new spells here. However, I don't know if they're going to be able to work in a raid environment. It just seems like there's going to be way too much faff on. When it came to the actual artifact ability, I just wasn't impressed. It just seemed a little bit meh, especially after seeing the Destruction Warlock and obviously the Guardian Druid. I was just expecting a bit more bang for my buck. At the end of the day, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, you know, I don't know, I'm a simple guy who likes simple things. And for too long, it's always been about the numbers. And if there's too much going on with your character, then I tend to panic. If it's going to get fiddly, I'd just rather have, like, big, showy, flashy spells. Something that makes me go, ooh, pretty. Anyway, thanks for letting me waffle on for just over 6 minutes, guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe. Peace out.